There are concerns in Uzbekistan that Russia is preparing the sort of aggressive, predatory moves that were underway in Ukraine before the invasion of Putin in 2014. And it doesn't seem to have reached the Western press in any way at all. In December, the Uzbek Foreign Ministry summoned the Russian ambassador, Oleg Malginov, on the 22nd of December and told him that there were statements by a pro-Kremlin writer in Uzbekistan called Zakhar Prilepin. And they described these comments as provocative and having a negative impact on Uzbek-Russian relations. Now, Uzbek-Russian relations are not terribly good at the moment, and Uzbek nationals are claiming that they are being denied access to Russia when they want to go and study and various other things. And this is a recent development, and it's come as a great surprise. Similar complaints are being found from people from other satellite states who are finding they are subject to repression and discrimination when they are in Russia and having difficulty getting into Russia should they want to. It doesn't seem to stop Russians getting into these satellite countries, as Prilepin has demonstrated. And Prilepin, what did this pro-Kremlin writer say? He said that Uzbekistan was a Russian province and it will soon be ours again. That there was a necessity to join Uzbekistan's territory with Russia. Now, Maria Zakharova, who's this busybody from the Russian Foreign Ministry, like sort of President Putin's minder. Maybe she's the person who wheels him in and out of the deep freeze. I don't know. She said that Prilepin's statement is his personal opinion and nothing to do with Russia's official position. But you might have said similar things about those people who were stirring up discontent in Ukraine in the immediate months preceding Putin's land grab of Crimea in 2014. And there have been other things going on. There's a rector of a university, and Russian satellite states, like Russia itself, give a lot of credibility to the people who run the universities, to the rectors. And so there's a few days ago, the rector of the University of Journalists in Tashkent said that his name is Shahzav Kudarat Uja, and he said that Uzbek in the Uzbek cities, those people who live in Uzbekistan who only speak Russian and don't speak Uzbek are idiots and occupiers. Now that itself is also slightly provocative, but it demonstrates the level of anxiety and threat which is being felt across Uzbekistan. Russia has criticized him, the foreign ministry has criticized him, and what he has said has been reported in the Russian media. The Russian foreign minister has described him as offensive and unacceptable. But I think he has a point. The official language of Uzbekistan is Uzbek, and those people who can't be bothered to learn it and who continue living in Uzbekistan are contemptuous of the traditions of an independent sovereign country. And so you quite often find in places like Uzbekistan, if you live in a block of flats, If you are an Uzbek national living in a block of flats, you'll find 10, 20 of the other flats in that block will be inhabited by Russians who will not speak Uzbekistan, who will not speak Uzbek, and who will insist on speaking in Russian. And many of them are unemployed. Many of them are confrontational, miserable, alienated, who indulge in sort of verbal attacks. At the moment, this is a sort of verbal belligerence on both sides, but it wouldn't take a lot of imagination to imagine the tanks rolling into Uzbekistan. Now, there isn't a common border between Uzbekistan and Russia, but I don't suppose that sort of thing would stop Mr. Putin if he put his mind to it. Whether he's dead in the freezer, rubbing up against the frozen peas, or whether he's in some village near Moscow, or indeed in the Kremlin itself. What we're looking at are the satellite states around Russia, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, and so on. And the Russians are putting out propaganda saying, we created them. And this is the same sort of history lesson which Mr. Putin imposed on Tucker Carlson. I think I got all my consonants right there. Anyway.